Hello there, Delta Mike, down and out in Torrevieja. Down and out, as in a tramp, a hobo, a vagrant, an indigent person. That's me. All of those things. Down and out in Torrevieja. Torrevieja being a town on the southeast coast of Spain. Hello, hello. It's been a week, hasn't it? It's been a week already. Anybody out there? Anybody want to say hello? I can see that you're there. I know you're there. Hey, I'm rocking my new specs as well. From my friends last weekend, Harry and Jill. Hello, Karen. Long time no speaking. Thingamabob. Hello there. Cheers. Cheers to you guys and gals. I'm on the last of my wine. I got this box, which feels like it's about here. And that's me out, apart from my ginger beer, my 6 litres of ginger beer that I made 4 or 5 months ago now, it must be. Yeah, it's been a week. Hello, Carol. It's been quite a week. The big news really has been the weather, hasn't it? The storm here. The 40-something km/h winds, supposedly. Tina girl, come on back. Tina. Oh, the dog. Tina girl, come here. Ginger beer dangerous. It can have a kick. I've left it so long now though. It's totally finished off gassing. I don't think there's any more bubbles in it, so it might even be classed as a ginger wine. I'm not 100% sure. But I'll be digging into that later today. It's still actually got the ginger in. I never filtered it out. I never sieved the remnants out. So it might be quite strong ginger-wise. The other bottle, I had a second bottle. I drank that the weekend when my tent split in half, when the big tear happened right down the middle. Oh, dog! She's eating something disgusting over there. What can you do with them? What can you do? But ginger beer is lovely. Yeah. I think I've still got a bit of lemon somewhere that I can squeeze in just to give it an extra bit of acidity at the end. I'll be drinking that later tonight, I expect. I don't think this is going to last too much longer. But those winds the other day, those were quite something. But not as bad as I was expecting them to be. If you remember the storm before this, when my tent literally looked like it was going to blow away, and when I was almost knocked over by a branch from a tree that was flying around, blowing around, like a proper heavy branch blowing in the wind that time. According to the weather app, this wind was the same speed as that, but they were totally different ballparks, totally different issues really. But I, of course, got cocky and arrogant in the middle of the night, didn't I? About midnight when it started raining, and I declared victory. I declared that because when the rain started, the wind dropped. So I was confident it wasn't going to be too much rain, and it just got slammed in Scotland. Yeah, I know you've had bad weather back home. Yeah. Here wasn't, like I said, it wasn't as bad as I was building it up in my head. Wasn't as bad as the weather app was making me think, because their prediction was that it was going to be the same as the last one. I don't know, must be 5 or 6 weeks ago now. And that one I thought my tent was going to blow away. This time, especially with the state of my tent already, with it having rips along the bottom and like I said, ripped end to end down the top, down the middle. I was quite worried. So once the wind eased and it started to rain, I kind of, declared victory, tempted fate, and that came to bite me on the arse. Well, not so much me, my girl over here. Let's have a look. We haven't shown her yet today, have we? Where are you? Here she is. Hey, babe. You going for a cuddle? Come on. Yeah. Cuddles with Daddy. Yeah. There's my Tina girl. Now let's put the attention back where it belongs, on the star of the show. Me. So, so there I was, midnight. The wind died down and it started to rain, and then the rain eased off, and I declared victory, and said, "Yeah, survived this one, no problem." And I fell asleep, there or thereabouts. And a couple of hours later, I was woken up by her ladyship here. And when I went to cuddle her, she doesn't normally bother with me. She's not very cuddly in that way. She'll lie on the bed with me, but down by my feet and off to the side. And so in the middle of the night, when she starts kind of licking my face and nudging me, actually like nudging me with her nose. Tina girl, stop. Tina girl, stop. Tina! Oh, somebody's dog's invaded. Tina girl, stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stop, please. Tina, no, basta, basta, suficiente. Para. Stop, you little bugger. Stop. Okay, sit down. Sit down and shush. No more trouble. Oh boy, what was I saying? There's a guy walking his dog, and his dog's off the lead and loose and tries to come into the camp. So my big defender here sets off doing her defending thing. But of course causes damage and breaks things on the way. I think we might have just lost another glass. I had 3 until the other, no 4, including the one I use. Now I'm down to 3, and it might be down to 2 now. Oh, what can you do? She's defending me, but I don't need defending. I don't need defending in that way, darling. You're a bit overreacting. I love her. Cheers, folks. Where was I? Oh, I was tempting fate and declaring victory over the weather, wasn't I? Yeah. And then she woke me up. She was just nosing me to wake me up. And when I reached around to kind of cuddle her and put her under the blankets with me, she was wet on her back. She'd been lying with her back against the side of the tent, and she was actually under a tarpaulin, though. This is the part I still don't quite understand. She was under a tarpaulin, and yet the water still got through and got her back wet, and the bed was quite wet around that area. So I might have to unpack one of the newer tarpaulins that I think I've only got one more left packed still. But I might have to stop using the old tarpaulin, which is a shame because it's my original one. It's the one that I found first. It's the one I used to sleep under. Until, New Year? Yeah. So it'd be a shame to stop using that, but if it's not doing its job anymore. So I had to dry her off with the blanket that we were sleeping under. She wasn't, it wasn't too bad, but it was all down her back. I had to dry her off, and then she actually snuggled in and cuddled with me, which was quite nice, really. And we both fell asleep instantly. So I got a nice cuddle with my doggy darling, which normally I kind of have to force the issue for cuddles. Like I said, she's not that cuddly. But if it had rained for another hour or two, my bed would have been wet through again. So that's Still not a problem. So I mean, it's good that I was off the ground. You know, that I've built a bed and that I'm kind of knee high off the ground now. So any water that does get in, the mattresses aren't just laying in it and soaking it up. Um, so that's good. That's good. Oh, Tina, get off it. Tina, I'm gonna come here. Oh, she'll eat the nastiest stuff. Dogs. Then she'll come and cuddle me and kiss me with that mouth. What are you doing? Yeah, so that was the biggie of the week, trying to survive that storm and the wind, and it was bad at times, but not as bad as you'd imagine when you're just out in a field, you know, in a broken tent. And it's still been a bit blowy today. Still not totally subsided. It's actually brightening up a little bit now. It's been dull all day. There's my other problem of the week. Electricity. I kept running out of power. My solar panels are not bringing in enough power. As the days are getting shorter and the sun's getting weaker and the clouds are getting the sky's getting a bit cloudier, I don't generate quite enough. So I'm going to have to cut back on screen time and do things that aren't using power as much. Like all day today, my phone's been on charge all day. I got it up to 80%, but we've run out. There's no more power to be had. I got my little power bank plugged into a second solar panel, and that's not even 1/4 charged. And after 2 days of charging, it hasn't got up to 25%. Haven't fully lit the first of 4 lights on the indicator panel. So that's going to be a growing issue over the coming months, winter. And now I've got those USB rechargeable batteries for my light. It's going to be a challenge, folks. It's going to be a challenge keeping the lights on at night, keeping the phone charged. But we'll manage. We're better off now than we were a year ago. How will I manage over the winter? I'll just have to cut back. I'll have to use the screen and use power less and try and make sure I have the solar panels in optimum positions as much as possible. I guess I've grown a little bit lazy with them. I tend to set them. Oh. Starbucks or McDonald's would be good money to go in them in the first place. I haven't got that kind of money. So they're kind of a non-option. Tina girl, Tina, stop it, darling. People who whistle to their dogs, and when they do, my dog kicks off. So I'll manage by cutting back. I'll do what I have to do. I'll have to actively manage the positioning of the panels a bit more, and control for the angle. I just ask for water. It's not really my thing to go in a place and just abuse it. I don't know. That wouldn't feel right with me. I'm not like that. There aren't any nearby either. I mean, they're a walk away. Where's McDonald's is near Carrefour, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's kind of a 45-50 minute walk away. I'll manage, I'll manage myself. I'll be self-sufficient, or as self-sufficient as I can be. I call it self-sufficient, but really I'm using things that have been given to me by you guys. My main solar panel here now is donated by Jeff and Mark, who are often around in the chat on the channel, and a lady called Una gave me the power bank, because my power banks were all ruined. abuse of massive corporations isn't theft. This is true. This is true. But it's just that I was brought up to, you always make a purchase when you go in a place. That's my upbringing. I can't fight against my own nature. Oh, I can't even say the word nature apparently. But I can't fight against my own nature. So no, I don't think I'll be doing that. But I can adapt. I can just, use the phone less. If I download the videos and things I want to watch from YouTube, I can then play them in Total Commander and actually turn the screen off while I'm just listening to them. I just turn the screen on if there's something specific you need to watch. But most of the podcasts and the live streams and things that I watch, you really don't need the visuals. It's the audio. So I'll adapt. I'll find a way. By proactively managing the panels and putting them in the right direction and optimizing the tilt, I'll eke out as much power as I can, and I'll use less. I'll find a way. It's what I do. I adapt and overcome. What else has happened this week? How are you guys doing? You guys back in the UK have had storms, yeah? Did you survive? Did you cope okay? Let me see if people are talking and I'm not seeing it. Oh no, you're not chatting to me. Come on guys. It's a conversation. Two-way. I was sorry to hear about the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton. That's a shame. He was a great player and from what I can tell, a great guy off the field as well. A real ambassador for football. And we haven't got many of the 1966 team. In fact, we've only got one of the 1966 team left. I was reading today. You're okay on the West Coast, but the East Coast got slammed. Wow. That's bad. I haven't really seen anything about that. I think Spain have just had it bad over most of the country, and there's more to come this week. I was just reading before. Some on the East Coast and then some on the West Coast, or maybe the other way around. Tina girl, Tina, what are we doing? She's under the table and she's got her nose in a carry bag, in a shopping bag that's on the ground here. But I think it's empty. Don't know what she's doing. Oh, now she's licking my knee. Okay. Okay, baby girl. Oh, I've just taken the top off her spots. That's why she's coming to try and... she wants to lick my wounds. But know where your mouth's just been. What were you... No. Oh, wow. All platforms breaking free. I thought they were heavily chained down and strapped into position. That's... Did any oil get spilled? Is it leaking out? That wouldn't be good environmentally. I haven't heard any of this. I guess I just don't read enough news, or maybe the BBC are too focused on Palestine and Israel. I don't know, guys. Not going to get into that one. I'm not touching that one with a barge pole. No way. Okay. What are our other concerns then? What are our other concerns? You got questions for me? Questions about this week? Or about life in general? Some of you are new here. I could give you the kind of 5-minute potted summary of me and how I'm living. Let me just do a quickie. Oh yeah, the table's a mess. So there's my tent. That's how I'm living. The black thing over the top of the roof is a sheet because the roof is literally ripped from end to end. It's split. Here's one of my problems, guys. As the tent is split, both sides are sagging down. Both sides are slipping down. And what that means, let me zoom back out. I can't. What that means is that nothing fits anymore. So the door won't close because it's wider apart. The whole bottom of the tent is wider apart than it should be. There was a chat there, wasn't there, that I've just missed. Have you managed to contact your solicitor? No, I have not, and I've only got just over a week. So that's going to be a challenge. I'll meet him at court if nothing else, eh? Maybe he can ask for an extension because he hasn't attempted to prepare the case. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll have to wait and see. Not looking forward to that. I don't even know what I'm going to wear. T-shirt and shorts doesn't seem appropriate. Don't know. Anyway, going back to the tent. As the walls on both sides are slipping down, and so they're over a wider area. Nothing fits anymore. Nothing closes. Even the internal bedroom door, where the zip doesn't fit anymore, even that I'm having difficulty pinching together because it just doesn't reach. It doesn't. Nothing fits. Yeah, don't know. So it means on a night, I'm open to the world, basically. One of the videos I did during the storm, you could see out through the bedroom door and then out through the outer door to the outside world. Which means that when I've got a light on inside, flies are attracted by the light, and the mosquitoes, so they come and have a feast. So there I am at night trying to... Really? I know I was about 290, or just under. It took forever because every time we got up to 288, someone would unsubscribe and I'd go back down to 287. I don't know. I guess some people see one video and subscribe and then I do something different. Maybe they subscribe when I do a cookery video and they don't realise that it's just a tramp living in a field. Or maybe they subscribe when they see a short of Tina doing something silly. And then my next video comes out and they suddenly realise that it's not really the channel for them. So there's quite a bit of churn. I do lose quite a few. But it always seems to be as I approach some kind of benchmark, some next step. I haven't got contingencies for Tina if it goes bad at court. I think if it does become a prison thing, they don't just take you there and then. It's not like they walk you off to the cells. You come home and then they mail you a date where you have to be somewhere, is my understanding. So it's not something I have to plan for, like right here, right now, I don't think. But it would probably just be the shelter. I'd have to say goodbye to her. If I'm not in a position to look after her, don't know. But I don't think. I know the charge is serious, and they're looking for a prison sentence, or there's the possibility of a prison sentence. But it just seems so unlikely. I'm basically of good character. There's one minor prior incident. Just an argument outside somebody's house when the dog nearly bit me. So I don't see it becoming anything too, maybe I'm being too optimistic. It's a possibility. But, some copper alleges that you hit him and bruise him through his bulletproof vest. It must have been a hell of a punch. Especially as no punch was thrown. Bastards. Not a fan of the Spanish police. I'm not a fan of the police in general, but hey, that's another story for another day. There's a lot of videos online of police misbehaving and planting evidence and starting fights and beating people up and just getting it wrong. Not a fan. I know they're a needed, they're something you do need from time to time. But I think once you've got them, they're then going around looking for trouble. If they're not arresting somebody, you start asking, what are they there for? Why do you need so many? So, anyway, you're driving me off into politics. That's not where we're going. But yeah, if something happens, then it would have to be the dog shelter. I can't think what else. I got no one else that could have her. You think the authorities pay? Your government pays and then charges you afterwards. You don't get a free trip. It's yeah. Well, we saw that during COVID, didn't we? I think we saw this all around the world. The police, you give them extra powers and they're just dying to use them. Some old lady taking a walk around a duck pond and suddenly there's 8 cops kind of arguing with her about why she shouldn't be there. Yeah, like I said, I'm not diving off into politics. Maybe I should start a second channel for that, or a third channel. I should have a second channel for my nature videos, because nobody likes those. Nobody watches when I film the birds swooping around here for an hour. Nobody watches except me. So a second channel for the nature videos, and then one for the for my politics. Maybe. Let me just pour a little refill, guys. Pour a little refill. There's maybe a little bit more in here than I thought. Not enough to get me through the night, but enough to get me through this broadcast. Let's do this properly. Here's to you, the viewers that are here with me now, to the subscribers, and to all of the donators, the people who donate either via my PayPal, link in the chat and in most of my videos in the description, and to the people who help me in real life, my real life donators. And especially Karen. Unbelievable. I won't embarrass her, but she's back in Spain and she's helping me out again. Cheers to a lot of you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. I got no idea what you're doing here on a Sunday night watching some... oh, that's one of them Irish words. Oh, Scottish, maybe. You're Gaelic one way or the other. No. No, nothing like that. Where was I? I don't know, guys. Oh yeah, I was saying, I don't know what you... Look at my hair. What's it doing? And I've just lost my comb. What the fuck? I just went in my pocket before this broadcast. I've usually got a little tortoise shell, a little brown comb. And I went in my pocket and it's gone. Keep losing things. I lose things in bed, unbelievably. Fall out of my pocket and kind of I find them a month later. Underneath something or... Yeah, I found something the other day. I've got 2 mattresses, one on top of the other. I found something between the bloody mattresses. How the hell? Got no idea. Hair needs cutting. If only I knew a hairdresser, Karen. You've only just done it. Well, it's only like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Oh, Tina girl. Tina girl. Shush, Tina, leave the nice people alone. Leave the nice people alone. I can't see. I can't see with my reading glasses on. Tina, quiet girl. Quiet, quiet. Got to pick up my washing up liquid. Tina girl. I don't know. This is my washing up liquid. This was bright green, like vivid dark green when I got it, and it's now really light. It doesn't like ultraviolet apparently. Don't leave your washing up liquid out in the sun. I saw a message there. Let me. Why do I have to do? Why does it not? Hair trimmer. I was looking the other day. You remember in the 70s, you'd have a comb with a razor blade in it. I remember my mum and dad doing my hair a few times with one of those, and it always worked out really terrible. But I was looking at those. I was looking on what's that new app? Temu, Temu. It's like a new, I assume, Chinese online shop. I was looking at ways of spending all this PayPal money you guys keep sending me. After I bought the... let's talk about these little USB batteries. These batteries that you recharge, not by putting them in a charger, but they've got a little port on it and you plug the USB cable directly in. Karen is the hair trimmer. Yeah, this is true. But these little batteries, I'd never seen them before. They're new to me. I don't think they existed the last time I had technology in my hand. So yeah, just no charger required. The recharging circuit is a little circuit board directly within the battery. Looks like a phenomenal idea. And I was really pleased with them the first day. So I had my light in the bedroom. I had it on for about maybe 3 hours one night. And the next night, after about 2 hours of being on, the light dipped. It started dipping and going high and going low. So in some kind of low power state, which isn't ideal. Normal, real batteries, you know, the non-rechargeable ones, I must get 20 hours or so usage out of them. Somewhere between 15 and 20 hours usage. And these rechargeable ones, I think 5 hours. And they were, like I said, they weren't unusable. The light was still on. But like if I was doing a live stream, you know, I did that live stream from bed one day, having the light pop up and down, up and down, would just be... Don't worry about court. I'm kind of hoping that my lawyer's able to negotiate some kind of delay. I can't remember what the right word is for when you delay a court case. Tina, quiet, darling. Quiet. Shush. Sit. Sit. Basta. That's enough. I don't even see anything. That's the worst one, when she's barking at something and there's nothing there. She barks at the buses when they go by on the main road. And the little tourist train thing, the train pulled by a motor vehicle with 3 carriages behind it. Okay. I had some fantastic power banks from the before times, from my real, you know, from my time in the real world, before I was living in a field. But they all got knackered by living in a field that flooded. Apparently electronics and water, flood water, are not a good combination. Especially the second time. Who knew? Even after that, even things that survived broke eventually because there was a lot of condensation, a lot of dew over last winter. When you get a clear night, everything's wet through. If it's a cloudy night, things are dry. It's really perverse. This field was terrible as well with slugs last year. This time last year, I couldn't put a drip, because I was living outside. I would put a glass down and when I picked it up, I'd have to check that there wasn't a slug on the rim of the glass. One time there was. I was using a plastic glass, and it had this little lip on it, and I picked it up and I looked and couldn't see anything. I'm fucking thin little slug right under the rim. What was this? I missed a comment. I'm waiting to get monetized, and then you guys can do super chats and just send me money via sandwich bag. Yes, yeah, I did for a while. I had things inside plastic bags, like resealable bags and things. But you'd be amazed that like even if there's air inside them, you get the condensation from that air. So things still ended up wet. I think that's how my passport was ruined in the end. It's not ruined, but I don't think it would be acceptable to the... If I was to turn up at border control in the UK with it, I don't think they'd accept it. I think they'll be hauling me off into a little room to ask questions. So even when I do get back to the UK, my problems won't be over. There'll be a lot of messing about this side. Basically, I'll end up having to buy 2 plane tickets. I'll buy one, get to the airport, get stopped, questioned, dragged off into a back room and asked why I'm here and how I'm leaving the country without entering the country. I'll miss my flight, and then I'll have to buy a new flight, and then I'll be able to go. That's what I expect. And then when I get to the UK, they'll be all, what's with your passports? And they'll drag me off into a room. Fun times indeed. Yeah, silicon packs. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to get them, and I don't know if I could afford them. What's happening here? Something about a message being held for review. Oh.